Give me 90 seconds and I will show you why you need to buy gold and silver. As we all know, we're in a time where inflation is high and the worth of the dollar is going down. And so to that end, I want to talk about, I want you to contact Money Metals Exchange. Get you some, for those of you who don't really have that much money, get you like an ounce of silver at a time. I have 2 ounces of silver in my possession, and they have been every bit worth it. And so, there we go. Money Metals Exchange, they're wonderful. They have wonderful products. They've got a podcast in themselves. They have the latest trends on why to buy precious metals. Very, very important. A lot of those people having 2 ounces of silver in my possession, I gotta say, it's worth it because the dollar's going down. Stock market's not really the best way to handle it. And so to that extent, you need to have gold and silver. Stocks are not good. Crypto's not good. Contact Money Metals. You won't regret it. Welcome to the Strenuous Life Radio. The podcast where entrepreneurs learn the essentials and soft skills of strenuous life. I'm Jimmy. I am your host. I'm going to carry you through this particular one episode by myself. I want you to come along with me as I talk to you about some things. There are times when I struggle to find good content for my podcast. But things came to a head this afternoon when I woke up feeling kind of down and depressed, and I felt like maybe it was some sort of spiritual thing. So we're going to talk about making the most of life. I think it's good for us to do that. I'm going to give you 5 tools to help you make the most of life. I was listening to a podcast that had some general ideas, but these, a lot of it is for like busy family people and stuff like that. This is for anybody, whether you're married or you're single. You know, I heard a story on YouTube. This guy who had this beautiful house. Everything was being paid for and everything. And it comes to the point where he would wake up in the morning and say, I absolutely hate this. I absolutely hate this. You know, and he's like, oh, that's a sign for a change. But it doesn't have to be drastic. Okay? So, the past few episodes, JR has been playing some of the curriculum, namely, the lost art of manliness. I think that's something we need to deal with, because really Hollywood and the media have really taken away from what manhood really should mean. And so here we go. These basic tips to how to make the most out of life. The first one is to absolutely make a 100-year plan. And you're thinking, Jimmy, that's weird. No, you're not gonna make it 100 years. No, listen. You want to make a plan where you can leave an impact that could last 100 years or more. And think about what would you rather do? It's funny. It was a little childhood game I used to play with Bishop Dave's son called Would You Rather. But in a way, it's taught me a lot. It's kind of like Jimmy, would you rather sit there and, eat a couple burritos right now, since you don't have much time going on? Or would you rather finish writing that book that you've been saying for years you want to write? Number two is base your life in minutes. I think so many people fall in this trap, and myself more especially also. It's you base everything in hours. It doesn't have to be that way. You can base it in minutes. Think to yourself, Or just sit here and sweat and worry about the content of your podcast. Or say your best bro lives across the street and he knocks on the door and says, "Hey man, my wife's loaded up the car. It's the first of the month. We want to go out to eat. And would you like to go?" You take it up on your offer, rather than sitting there and worry on the countdown the hours of how you're going to do it, because it'll come back. It'll come back, okay? So Number 4, count your blessings. Okay, Psalm 103, verse 2. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. The guy that I heard in the story, he was waking up depressed, and looking around and saying, I hate my life. Make changes. Well, it's okay to make changes, but you need to realize what changes you want and take that stretch. And do it in a way where it's not in a hurry, because you're so miserable. I've done that. It goes in the wrong way, and that's why you need to count your blessings. But be grateful for what you already have. And some of you say, "Well, Jimmy, that's not easy. That's not easy." Well, I'm sorry, but that's insanity to not count your blessings. About 15 months ago, my mother, unbeknownst to me, she had decided to move to Wells Point, Texas. And when she left, I know for months and months, I hate this. And finally one day, my friend Michael's wife, God bless her, she sat me down and she said, "Jimmy, instead of complaining about how terrible your life is, dang it, why don't you just count your blessings?" And that goes back into something that, it's funny. Sometimes some things mentioned in a podcast series, it goes back to a much earlier deal in the series where we're talking about extraordinary brands. It's important to have an attitude of gratitude. Attitude is everything. It reminds me of, in December 1995, my grandmother had just died in mid-late November, before Thanksgiving. And I was telling my frat buddies about how much I was dreading Christmas. And one of them, a friend of mine named Stoney, God bless him, he said, "Jimmy, attitude is everything." And he has his girlfriend Heather with him, and it's like, "Jimmy, seriously, attitude is everything." And that means a lot. That means a lot. Because it's funny, about 3.5 months later, 4 months later, I started going to these network marketing personal development rallies. And what was the one thing that they taught? Attitude is everything. It's funny, I woke up earlier this afternoon, about maybe an hour ago. I was like, oh, where's me? I woke up depressed, and this is wrong with me, and that was wrong with me, and my best friend was kind of like, Jimmy, chill out. Number 4. Ditch that distractive, defiant culture. I've been calling it reactive culture. I was wrong. Distractive, defiant is what I'm going to call it from now on. Distractive, defiant. Because the fact of the matter is, and this is important. It goes along with the first two, the 100-year plan and bring your life in perspective as far as minutes. Like me, okay, I don't really get out that much. But say it's a Saturday at home and you're at loose ends. What would you rather do? Would you rather find you a good book to read, whether it's audio or not? Or would you much rather play around on Facebook or answer every alert on your cell phone? Because so many people are hyper to every answer, every dang alert on their cell phone, and to me, it's annoying. And I'm not the only one that feels that way. My brother-in-law, who is in the ranching industry, he also finds it annoying. And so we've had to turn down the notifications so we can go on and do our own thing. That means it's still like there, but it lessens the impact. And some people may say, well, Jimmy, that's insensitive. But these distractive, defiant people, no offense, I think they're pretty insensitive. I mean, look, do you want to sit there and complain, or do you want to make the most out of your life? Seriously. Do you want to grow a great business that can become an extraordinary brand? Don't sit there and complain. Have an absolute 100-year plan perspective. Bring in your perspective of your life within minutes. And count your blessings. Seriously, attitude is everything. And ditch the reactive, defiant culture. Do you think those people teach you how to be a real man, a real woman? So now, I hope this really helps. Helps you shape through your morning and the rest of your day and really grow you in the way you need to be. Now, I hope you enjoy listening to the Strenuous Life Radio. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of the Strenuous Life Radio family. It's Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, don't just sit there and take it. Go out there and build your dreams so you can take it. Do what others don't so you can be what others won't. And do what others won't so you can step in to have what other people can't. And think strong, live strong, and live the strenuous life. God bless you guys, okay? You guys go up there and have a blessed day.